What's up, everybody? So today I really wanted to film a storytime video, and when I think about filming a storytime video, there are so many different stories that come to mind because honestly I've just been so crazy so far in my life and I've done so much crazy shit. Today's storytime video isn't going to be about so much of a crazy thing that happened. It was kind of crazy, but it wasn't like adventurous crazy or like, oh, I'm taking a risk crazy. It was, this bitch is crazy and she's got me fucked up crazy. But anyways, we're gonna get into a story time. Today's story time is going to be the time me and my best friend had a falling out. If you know me, you might have already heard this story, you might have been around for the story. Even if you don't know me, there's a chance you've probably heard some version of the story. But today, I'm gonna tell my side of the story, whether you've heard it or not. I mean, if you have, then feel free to watch, feel free to not, but I'm gonna tell it.
Story time.
My friend, we're going to call her Brittany. I use that name a lot in my videos, but it's because it's easy and not hard to remember. But yeah, Brittany. Brittany and I used to hang out every single day, and we did not have issues. A long time ago, Brittany, myself, and the third person in our friend group, Brian, we all would hang out, and Brittany and Brian used to kind of do their own thing, and they would kind of like exclude me from shit and like leave my ass, but whatever, it was what it was. One day Brian switched schools, and me and Brittany ended up getting super close, and we hung out like every day, did everything together all the time, and we were just best friends. We were friends for a few years, and one day Brian decided he was gonna come back into the friend circle, which I was cool with that. I mean, I didn't care. I didn't have any beef or anything. Like, we were all chill, so yeah.
Brian, come on in.
Brian decided he was gonna come chill with us again, so we started all hanging out together again. Brittany wanted to pull some slick shit, and she wanted to be like,
I'm gonna try to exclude Nick from the fucking friend group because I'm a stupid bitch.
So then it ended up turning into this situation where Brittany was like inviting Brian over all the time without me, which is fine, but then she started making a point to like exclude me from shit. If me and Brian were hanging out, just us, she would call him and be like,
Brian, come over, but don't bring Nick.
it was just like fucked up. I'm just like,
Look, bitch, like, we were best friends. All of a sudden you want to act some type of way. Like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But I'm not going to sit around and beg to be someone's friend.
those weren't the words I had used at the time, but that's just how I felt. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and beg to be your friend, because at the time, I would say I was like decently popular. I mean, I wasn't like the most popular person around, but like I had a good amount of friends, so I did not need to beg to be anyone's friend. Like, I had other people that would be glad to chill with me without me having to be desperate for them. Brittany just stopped like inviting me to do shit, so I just stopped trying to hang out with them. I was like,
You know what? Fuck both of y'all bitches. I don't want to be either of your friends if you're both going to be like this.
and I was just like,
Skirt hoe.
and I just went out and started doing fun shit every day with my other friends, and I had a good ass time. I get on Instagram and I'd make like 3 posts, and none of them were really like super bad disses. Like, they weren't like,
You're a super fat fucking bitch and I fucking hate you and I hope you fucking fall off a cliff and die.
no, it wasn't that. It was like, one of the posts said,
Some of y'all need to stop eating that petty spaghetti.
and the other one was like,
You can just watch me succeed from the sideline.
there's some bullshit like that, some stupid petty shit. Brittany saw them, and she was just like,
What the fuck is this? Can you stop posting about me on your social media every day?
and then I was just like,
Nobody said your fucking name, bitch. But if the shoe fits, you can wear it.
and then this bitch was like,
Blah, blah, blah. I'm a dumb whore. Insult, insult, insult. Send.
so obviously I'm not gonna be taking this shit lightly. Like, I'm not just gonna be like,
Oh, this bitch is like insulting me. Like, great.
I'm just like,
well, fuck you too, bitch. Insult, insult, insult back, ho.
that's kind of how it went for a while over text message, and we keep going back and forth, coming at each other's throats. And like, keep in mind, we were best friends, so we know everything about each other. We know all of each other's worst shit, so it got pretty messy. Like, we were just throwing everything we had on each other into each other's face. That was fine, you know? Oh well, like, shit happens. But the issue got there when this bitch got on Twitter. She decided that she wanted to take shit to Twitter. That is just like a whole different level of disrespect to me. It's just kind of like, you know, when it's one person on one person, y'all are saying it to each other, but there's no reason to put someone's personal information or personal business that they confide in you on social media, no matter what the circumstances are. I do not give a fuck. It is not okay to blast someone on social media. Like, if it's your best friend and you were best friends at one point, they told you that information in a time when they trusted you, and you as a grown person should like respect that and just keep that shit to yourself. But you know what? We weren't grown at the time, so I don't hold a grudge or whatever. Oh my god, I can't even say that. But whatever. We both hate each other. It is what it is. She decided to get on Twitter and talk some shit. And so I talked my shit back.
Whatever, it is what it is.
She popped her shit off on Twitter. I popped my shit off on Twitter. Then I end up making this fucking diss track to her. Because, you know, I rapped back in the day.
Call me Fetty Wap.
I made this diss track and I like basically just exposed her for a bunch of shit, like being a hoe and like fucking a bunch of people and getting chlamydia and shit. I ended up making a video for it, and like it just ended up getting really popular around the people that like knew our friend circle. Like, obviously it didn't like blow up. It ended up getting decently popular. Like, a lot of people heard about it. She definitely heard about it from like a lot of people, and people knew about her from it. So I low-key felt like I got my karma, or like I helped karma get her ass. I don't know, I probably got my karma too. Life has fucked me sometimes, but it is what it is. At the end of all of that, we just ended up not being friends. We spoke one time after all of that, and I mean, she was like trying to mend shit. I couldn't really tell if it was fake or real, but I wasn't taking no chances, ho.
No L's out here, okay?
Honestly, today, I do regret all of that bullshit just because, like, I gotta be classier than that. Like, you know, if someone wants to be trash and do some stupid shit like that, I shouldn't even entertain that kind of bullshit, and nobody should, you know, especially when you're grown. Like, I wouldn't entertain some shit like that today just because I wouldn't want to be known for that. That video I was talking about that I made to the song, it used to be on my channel, but I ended up deleting it just because, like, I don't want people to know me for that, for dissing some bitch. She's irrelevant anyways. Why the fuck would I give my attention to her? I'm just not entertaining any shit like that. Like, bitch, I have much bigger fucking fish to fry? Is that what it is? Yeah, bitch, I have much bigger fucking fish to fry than beefing with somebody. Not dealing with that bullshit anymore, but that shit was a crazy experience, and just like having all my shit put out on social media was annoying as fuck. I'm pretty sure it was for her as well, because we didn't hold back. Yeah, that was my story time on how me and my best friend had a falling out. I hope you and your best friends don't have a falling out. If I could give you some advice, it would be, bitch, just fucking let your best friend do what the fuck she's gonna do, or he, or whatever non-gender binary people y'all are fucking with, I don't know. If they're your best friend or whatever, you know, and you actually do give a fuck about y'all's friendship and don't want it to end, and you know you're right, sometimes you just gotta let people you know be right, even when you know you're right, because they're gonna think they're right anyway. So as long as you're happy with you, that's what should really matter. Everyone, like and subscribe to this shit. Hopefully my next video or my next story time will be a lot more like intense and like fun and shit and like interesting. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time, bitches.